Hi, thanks for joining us today on Envision. We are here with Dr. Brian Maher, our superintendent, and we have been undertaking a big project in redrawing the district's school attendance boundaries. Obviously that we know is going to elicit a lot of emotion from folks, and it seems to be turning out that way.
Yep.
We know the West Side folks because there does have to be some movement there because that's where we have most of the crowding occurring. We've heard quite a little and we'll continue to listen.
Yeah, we will. And certainly people are getting involved, and absolutely we want that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you put one new high school in and you have 3 comprehensive high schools right now, you're moving the cheese on a lot of people.
Sure.
And so you're going to elicit a lot of responses and a lot of emotion.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's where we are at the middle school as well. So this has a great impact across the district. But when you think about our buildings that are the biggest buildings currently, Roosevelt, our biggest high school,
Mm-hmm.
we're going to have to move some kids out of that building. Memorial, our largest middle school, we're going to have to move some kids out of that building.
Right.
Our largest elementary, Discovery and Pettigrew, I mean, all of that is concentrated on the west side. There has to be a change there to fully utilize the new buildings that we're putting in the district.
Right, and those buildings, Thomas Jefferson and Ben Rifle, come online in 2021. The reason for doing this work in early 2020 is that it leads up to the vote of the school board in June, and then still gives people a complete year before any change would be made.
Right. We're going to be a long time ahead of the actually opening of the doors because we want people to get used to the school that they're going to. We want to give administrators time to figure out what are the logistics and in terms of traveling to school and all those things that come with opening the doors. But really more than anything, we want families to get comfortable with a new reality. So we'll make the decision in June of this year, but it won't impact kids for 14 months.
Right, and so during that transition, we'll be communicating out to families that are newly assigned to a different school than they're currently attending, having open houses so that people feel comfortable. I know one person who has sent some comments in, it'd be great to have some school spirit wear for Jefferson to get people excited, and all of that is in our plan, and will be coming.
Right, exactly right. So we'll have a high school principal determined before we have the boundaries determined. Mm-hmm. So all those things about trying to figure out how do we get spirit wear, how do we get excitement around the building, hopefully we'll begin to charge that up yet this spring, certainly this summer, and a year in advance of the actual opening. So believe it or not, there's some thought processes that are taking place in order to open the building in the best way we can.
Right, and we have some historical perspective, of course, because yes, it's been 25 years ago that we opened Roosevelt, but still there are people in the system who went through that transition. We've had new schools.
And they're okay.
And they are.
They're well adjusted.
And we've had new schools that have come online since that time too, not necessarily, responsive to a boundary change, but just growing district. And so we've done this a time or two. There is a thought process that all goes in behind that, and people will be okay.
We've got professional colleagues around the Midwest and around the nation too who have opened up buildings in districts as complex as ours. Mm-hmm. We've learned from some of their missteps and some of their best practices, and we're trying to put those in place. And I suspect a year from now we'll be helping somebody else with the trials and tribulations that come along with opening up new buildings.
Right. Well, there are 5 public community engagement sessions. We have those posted online in terms of dates. Certainly we welcome people to attend those, to bring their questions, concerns, and comments forward. We look forward to that being a good conversation, one with thought behind it, and something that moves us toward a final vote then for the school board in June.
Yeah, we really want, we could have made a decision and not invited any input. We didn't think that was the way to go at all. So instead you get kind of a messy, kind of a noisy situation, but we're listening. As an administrative group, we're listening. I know our Board of Education is listening. And in June, we'll come to a logical conclusion. It'll be an emotional conclusion as well, but we'll come to a logical conclusion. I really believe that.
Right. Well, again, check those dates online. All of our meetings will be held at middle schools just because they are evenly spaced throughout our community, and we have a good space in our auditoriums that can hold a number of people. So we invite you to attend those. They all begin at 5:30 p.m. and we will listen for a couple of hours or as long as people want to chat about
Right.
these things.
Right.
So we thank you for your interest in the Sioux Falls Public Schools and for watching today on Envision.